Hello, my name is Tim Murray, President and CEO of the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to Chamber Exchange, a TV show. Chamber Exchange, a TV show, is an opportunity for us to bring on member guests and others in central Massachusetts who are playing a role in our economy in the region. We want to thank the show's sponsors that make it happen. That's Bank Hometown and St. Vincent Hospital. And pleased to have with us in our first segment, Hannah Reynolds, who's the mentoring recruiter, and Alyssa Mahone, who's a mentor specialist for LUK Inc. So welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Yeah, so LUK, for our viewers who might not be familiar with it, has been an organization. It's been around Worcester County for a long time.
Since the 70s.
Since the 70s.
Yeah.
Started up, I believe, up in North Worcester County, but now has programs in Worcester and even in Southern Worcester County.
Yep, and Webster Dudley, we've got a program going too, and our matches can be found anywhere far in between.
Yeah. So Hannah, maybe you could just give an overview of the work that LUK does in a general way. We won't get into every program because, as we were talking before, Alyssa mentioned there's a lot of programs, but maybe you could just give a general overview of LUK, the work that you do.
So all in all, LUK is, again, all throughout Central Mass from Fitchburg to Dudley, and it's just a really big human services agency. We've got a bunch of divisions from, we've got residential programs, we've got foster care, we go into the schools, and then specifically in the community engagement and support division, we've got our mentoring program. So we kind of cover all the bases, but it's all good work for youth and families all in all.
Right. And you specifically in your title have the mentoring recruiter. So maybe you could just talk about what your role is at LUK.
Yeah, so honestly, I dabble. I do a little bit of everything. I do a lot of travel. I go to a lot of, chamber events, networking events. I try to make the connections, identify people that I think would be great mentors for these youth. And then once I find them, once they're interested, I do the onboarding process, and then I pass them over to Alyssa. But I do social media. We do a lot of fundraising. So I wear a bunch of different hats.
So I'm going to say, that sounds familiar. Like a chamber of commerce.
Yeah.
So Alyssa, your role as a mentor specialist, can maybe you give us a little detail on that?
Yeah, so like Hannah said, once her role is done with the mentors, recruiting them, onboarding them, they get sent over to me. Once they get sent to me, sometimes I'll get to sit in on the interviews with her so I can get a feel for the mentor and their personality and their vibe, because that's really important when I go to match the mentor with the mentee. I then will look over my wait list, which by the way has like 88 kids on it. So always looking for mentors. But I will go through their interviews that I do with them. So once their referral comes in, I call them, I complete a parent phone questionnaire, which is just kind of like just a quick bit of information to get the ball rolling. And then we set up a time to meet where we complete the enrollment, and that's more of like an interview where I'm finding out about what the kids like, what their interests are, what they don't like, a little bit about their background, their home life. So when I do pair them with the mentor, I can pair them with somebody who has the same interests or can help them grow in different ways. Maybe this kid is terrible at math, but this mentor is a mathematician. Right there. So I look for a bunch of different key factors when it comes to matching. And then once they're matched, it basically turns into case management work. I keep track of goals. I check in with the mentors, the families. I get to go on some cool outings like this one. I get to volunteer at different things. We have a lot of companies that donate to us, so we go to Woo Sox games, Red Sox games. Those are always really fun to do with the mentors and mentees.
And so, I assume it's probably different a little bit based upon the mentee and the mentor, but particularly the mentee. Ultimately, what are the goals, objectives that you look to facilitate when you put together this mentor-mentee relationship? Is it a educational pathway? Is it a work pathway? Maybe is it both? Is it just someone they can talk to? So
it actually depends on the youth. Overall, having a mentor in this program is to have another support person. A lot of my kids are in single family homes, single mom, single dad, grandparents raising them. So really it's just another outlet for them. I have older kids who their mentors have helped them get their permit, graduate high school, show them, there's life beyond the stuff that they're doing
Get
now.
jobs.
And then I have little kids who, like I said, maybe they have a bunch of siblings and they don't get that one-on-one time with an adult. So the goal for them is, to have that support person in their life. And all their goals are different. The main goal is to build and like create a supportive relationship.
Develop and
long-lasting.
maintain.
So Hannah, when you talk to a mentor candidate, what is a commitment you're asking them to make or to consider?
So it breaks down to an hour a week for a year. Honestly, our program's really flexible. We understand that life happens. We understand that there's holidays and family vacations, and these community matches are one-on-one. So it can be a Tuesday evening after work, let's go for a walk and get ice cream. It could be a Sunday morning, let's hang out for 6 hours and go to the zoo and get lunch. So yeah.
It's a minimum of that
It's-
one.
but so we can break it
hopefully
up.
as the relationship.
As long as it's 4 hours a month, it can be a couple hours every other week if that's what works for you. It can be an entire day trip once a month.
Right.
And some matches, get overly excited and they meet for more than a couple hours a week if they have the time.
Right, right. And I assume you've been doing this long enough, you've seen some of the outcomes or kind of things that have materialized because of this?
We've definitely got some good success stories. I think, like Alyssa was saying, some of our older kids, are getting guidance going out into the real world. We have someone that just aged out, turned 18, and with the help of his mentor, he, got his GED. He's opened up a Roth IRA. He's looking to purchase 2 businesses.
Wow.
And, otherwise he wouldn't have had the guidance, the steps to get there.
Right. So it goes in a variety of different ways,
Yeah,
depending on the mentee's relationship. So those are kind of the spaces that you work in, LUK. But that's, you're talking about kind of younger people. You said the young kids to 18 where they age out, but you provide programs for people after 18 as well, right?
We do.
I can't touch too much on them just because I'm not sure
Right.
the logistics of them all, but there is a program out there
We've got
within LUK for
transitions to independent living, which I believe
Right.
is for 18 to mid-20s
20.
perhaps. Don't quote me. But there are
Because
additional
that's been an
programs.
identified gap. Kids who age out and then all of a sudden services
Yeah.
drop.
Yep.
So it's a transition piece. But the majority of the programs that you run are kind of targeted towards working with young people of various challenges.
Yeah.
Yep, youth and families. So
Yeah, they can come from all different backgrounds. We can get referrals from anybody. It can just be because, this kid might just need someone to take them out into the community and figure out what hobbies they even enjoy. Or it can be someone that comes from a specific background,
Right.
perhaps substance use, incarceration. So we have a bunch of different levels of why these kids could use a mentor.
Right. And your funding comes from different state contracts too, or maybe some federal contracts?
We are
where
through grants, yeah.
working with schools, people can self-refer. I think the juvenile courts a little bit too.
They can refer.
mainly grants and fundraising. We do a lot of fundraising.
Yeah.
So that's a great segue. Alyssa, we have a minute or two left. I know you've got a big event coming up,
We
a night under the
do.
stars.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so it's our annual Kids at Heart Mentoring Gala. It's our 13th year doing it. Not us, but our 13th year. We're actually switching it up. So previously it had been like a good sit-down dinner. We've got auction items. But this year we're switching to the Colonial Hotel in Gardner on April 30th. And we're going to do a night under the stars. So we're in the back in the tent with the clear roof. So we're hopeful for good weather so we can get natural decoration. But it's going to be more of a networking cocktail type of vibe this year.
And that's Thursday, April 30th from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Colonial Hotel in Gardner, right off the highway, easy access to a great venue.
Indeed.
Yes.
And if people are interested, how can they learn more about the event?
Well, I mean, we're all over Facebook. There's all of the information on our website.
Which is www.mentoring.luk.org/gala.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
All right. And I assume mentoring or LUK.org, was there a web?
It's all attached
It's all
together. You
attached,
can
okay.
find anything through LUK in general.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add just as we wrap up?
Be a mentor. It doesn't take a lot of time and it's worth it, and these kids need you whether you think you're qualified or not. I promise you'll do great, or someone that would, and you're needed.
Great. And opportunities all throughout Worcester County.
Absolutely,
for
yes.
Yes,
individuals.
88 kids on the wait list, all spread out. So we have a kid for you.
Yes,
if you
we
want to be a
do.
mentor.
Great. Well, thank you both for being with us.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you so
All
much.
right. And stay with us for our next segment.
These days, you've got your hands full in life. That's why we help you bank simply and securely with tools like Face ID and Touch ID. It's why we make it easy to make purchases on the go and get cash back while you're at it. Why we help you quickly deposit checks wherever you are. And it's why we lend a hand with sending and receiving money right from your phone. So even when you're on the move, you can manage your finances. Bank Hometown. Unlock your potential.